study morphology. Morphology is the part of linguistic. We study, it comes under the linguistic. So means I would say it is a branch of linguistic. So here we study it is the study of word, how the words are formed and how the words structure. Earlier we studied phonology. Phonology means the study of sound, and smallest unit of sound is called phoneme. But here in morphology we study any word. For example, if we take any word form, and we add something at the end of this word, then it becomes formation. So this formation is made of two word, form and action. That's why it becomes formation. And because it was verb, and by adding action it becomes noun. So we study the structures of word and how the words are formed. Okay, so it is the study of word formation and structure focusing on how words are built from smaller meaningful unit called morpheme. So what is the smallest unit of this morphology is called smallest unit of morpheme is called, or word is called morpheme. And earlier we studied phonology, smallest unit of sound is called phoneme. So here smallest unit of word is called morpheme. So there are types of it has some types. So we study its classification classification of morpheme. So there are some classifications. So if we divide morpheme, there is a morpheme. We can divide this further by two: bound morpheme and free morpheme. So what is the bound morpheme? Bound morpheme is going to bond to any word or some word, right? So that's why it is called bound morpheme. So means it cannot stand alone. Means if it stand alone, then it cannot carry meaning. That's why it is called bound morpheme. It is going to bound to some word, and that when it bonds, then only it becomes meaningful word. That's why it is called bound morpheme. And what about the free morpheme? Free morpheme is free itself, means it doesn't need to bound to some word. It is free itself, it can carry meaning by itself. For example, if you take a word that is form, so it is free morpheme. It is free morpheme. Sometimes it is called base morpheme. Sometimes it is also called base or root morpheme. And if we add ation, this is the suffix. If we add ation in this word, then it becomes formation. So this ation is bound morpheme. Sometimes we can also take chase, and if we add d at the end of this word, then it becomes chased, right? And this d is the bound morpheme. It cannot carry it doesn't carry any meaning by itself. But if this adds to any word, then it becomes, and it carry meaning, and it becomes meaningful word. That is chased. Okay, so means bound morpheme has two types. Bound morpheme has two types. First is derivational morpheme, derivational bound morpheme, and the second is inflectional bound morpheme. Inflectional bound morpheme. So what does it mean by derivational? Derivational means we can derive, we can create new word by adding some word, by adding something at the end of the word or at the beginning of word. So that's why it is called derivational. We can derive something, we can add, we can create new word by adding something. That's why it is called derivational morpheme, derivational bound morpheme. For example, the derivational morpheme has two types. First is prefix, and the second would be suffix. Okay, I'll give you an example. And inflectional morpheme is, inflectional means it it doesn't change the meaning of any word, but it can modify the word. For example, we can take a verb chase. This is the verb, and its form is present form, okay, but we add d at the end of this word, then it becomes chased. But by adding d, it cannot change the meaning. It is just changing, or it is just modifying it. Means the d is modifying from present to past. From present to past means it have changed this present form and it becomes past form. So means inflectional morpheme just modifies the word. It cannot change the meaning. Okay, and here the free morpheme has two types. First is a free morpheme has two types. First is open class free morpheme and closed class free morpheme. Open class free morpheme means open. That is open means it could be noun, it would be adverb, it would be adjectives. Means we can add new noun, new words in this open class free morpheme. That's why it is called open class. And on the contrary, the closed class morphemes are that morphemes that cannot add new word. For example, we cannot add new preposition in English language. So preposition would be the closed class morphemes. Conjunction, we cannot add new conjunction. So these are the example of closed morpheme, closed free morpheme and open class morpheme. So if we take example of derivational morpheme, then first that is form, and we add in of, and we add ation at the end of this word, then it can become information and information. Earlier I have said that derivational morpheme has two types, that is prefix and suffix. The this in is prefix and this ation is suffix, and it's become information. So this is the classification of the morphemes. So thank you for watching this video. If you're preparing for NET or SET examination or any competitive examination, then do come at Key to Success Academy. Thank you for watching this video.